Hey everybody, it's Adler and welcome back to LuGame Lunchtime Games Club, where the Nazi left off. We had a moment with Daisy. I almost said Tifa and then I said Stacy and I got mixed up. I'm sorry. And it was actually pretty sweet. Like, just having a real chat with her. Like, an actual talk. Chat sounds too, like, just, you know, back and forth, banter, informal. But this was a real, like, discussion. Things are happening, progress. People are growing or making the steps to grow. So, you know, that is part of progress. You can't make a big step without making little steps needed to get to that point first. That means nothing, probably. It's probably just trite, but I thought it sounded good. I'm just gonna go. Sometimes I wonder if we can still be called a games club when we do less gaming and more, well, I mean, it depends on your definition of game. That's very loose, really. You can do kind of a lot with it. More, whatever it is we do with Stacy on a daily basis. Somehow, though, Friend Makeover Club doesn't quite have the same ring to it. You said makeover for a second. I didn't think of the whole, like, makeover as in changing who Stacy is, as well, helping her to improve herself. There you go. As opposed to makeover. Like, I thought they were gonna be trying to put, like, trying to, like, give Coda a makeover. I'd want to see that, though. That'd be fun. Right. I jog into the school kitchen to see a familiar trio. Sorry I'm late. Study period ran over. How in the world does study period of all things make you run late? Easy. Haven't you ever had one of those the bell doesn't release you, I do type teachers? Fuck that. Yeah, is there a Geneva Convention thing that says, like, that's, if you could interpret that as like, actually, like, breaking one of the tenets or some shit? I don't know. I'm just kind of pouring off of the mouth, don't mind me. And then pouring coffee into the mouth. Katie raises her hand. Affirmative. I shrug. That was basically it. So, is everything ready? Almost. He said, wash your hands. I walked to the sink, taking a moment to scrub my hands clean. As soon as my hands are towel dry and Tifa's eyes start to sparkle. Alright, now ready. Let's get cooking. She turns, looks around the kitchen, nodding with determination. Alright guys, moment of truth. Everyone knows what we're making, right? Katie raises her hand lightning speed. Katie? Katsu curry. Of course. Correct. Everyone, stand off your station duty. I'm clean up station, right? Check. Breaded chicken. Right on. Recipe reading duty. Tifa clasps her hands together happily. Perfect. Katie? Perfect, Katie. I'm doing the curry sauce. Let's begin, Katie. Team curry sauce. Saute onion and garlic together in oil. Got it. Team chicken. The meat's already been washed, so get started on the breading. I did both sides, right? Right. How much salt goes in the flour again? Not as much as last time. Check with team recipe, alright? When you mix, stir slowly so it won't make a mess on the floor. Stacy grits her teeth, but to my surprise, her wrists slow down. I can't help but comment. You know, following instructions isn't childish. I didn't say it was. Her reply comes fast. Angry eyes. Too fast. Well, you're doing a great job. This time, anyway. Poignant, but maybe a bit harsh. Her cheeks turn red as Stacy blushes, still taking a moment to glare at me. I don't need to hear that from you, but thanks anyway. Team clean. Set up the taste testing table. Taste testing. Why is it so hard for me to say certain words or word orders and phrases? It's just, I don't know. My tongue just says no. On it. I make quick work of the setup. As I place on the final four, I can look around the kitchen. Check if there's anything else to do. Wait around for instructions. I could just stand idly by, but idle hands are the Lord's playthings. Does anyone remember to make? Did anyone remember to make rice? You did just now. Keep the rice cooker. Got it. I measure out the rice. Notice Stacy's eye on me in the corner of my eye. See something you like? Take a picture. It'll last longer, etc. Not really. Ow! Damn, good one. Wow, she's really red. Or is this here your comment? Yeah, I know, man. She got that really red ginger hair. Just flows in long waves. I just never saw someone make rice before. Oh! Right, spoiled rich kid. Right. Okay. Stace. Can I call you? I'm gonna call you Stace. Stace. You know what? No, never mind. There's no point. There's no point. She sniffs and gets back to the task. What was that? Like a sniff of derision? Like making rice. You know, haughty. Without she's working, I can almost believe she wasn't seriously curious mere minutes ago. It's actually kind of cute. On the subject of getting back to the task, I measure out water for the rice cooker. I should get to work myself. With the three of us cooking simultaneously, it's not too hard to believe that the katsu curry is done in a little over an hour. Finally done, the chicken and rice is arranged on each of our 4 plates, well enough to make a Michelin star restaurant jealous. Tifa wipes flour from her cheek, placing her hands on her hips, and we hover on the table in pride. She gestures with a gravy bowl of curry. Stacy, do you want to do the honors? She reaches for the handle, hesitating. I don't want to screw anything up. Don't worry, Stacy. This is the easy part. You'll do fine. Go, Stacy, go! Stacy's worried expression breaks into a smile. She nods steadily, taking the gravy bowl handle firmly in hand. Pouring the curry into each sliced chicken fillet carefully, Stacy manages to do all 4, spilling all the slightest bit on the table. 2 wipes of wet cloth, and the table goes back to Michelin levels of perfection. This looks great, Stacy. You did really well for your first, second and a half attempt. Stacy beams the praise. So, are we gonna stand around, or... the taste hasn't commenced. She brandishes her fork, going for the chicken first. Together, Coda. 1, 2. Crunch. We bite into the first crispy, crunchy slices of chickeny perfection. Stacy staring at us with anticipation. I'm hungry. Stop it. Taste processing. I choke off for a moment, an overwhelming, neck-curling saltiness rippling through my mouth. Battery's dying. Vision fading. Tongue process is overloading. It can't be that bad. Let me see. She grabs a fork and jabs a piece of the chicken with it, taking a firm, determined bite. Her eyes widen as she spits at it almost immediately. Don't eat this. It's terrible. Huh? Really? Let me see. She grabs her own forkful and takes a bite, chewing thoughtfully. Oh, you guys are so dramatic. It's not that bad. We all look at Tifa, but she merely shrugs. A little salty, yeah, but just a little. Wait, was this your doing? But the kitchen staff at home would never serve me something so terribly over-seasoned. You don't have to be so nice about it. Just admit that it's terrible and throw it in the trash. Stacy, Stacy hasn't let her finish, storming out of the kitchen. Katie and I exchange guilty looks. Maybe I should... No, I'm the club president. It's my duty to go and comfort Stacy. She bounces to her feet, but Tifa clamps a hand on her shoulder. Katie, why don't we clean up this mess? Coda can go. You really don't seem to mind letting me run Stacy more. That's big of you. Yeah, thank you. Also, Pat, I'm sorry. I know you wanted to help, but... I'm not going to say that she couldn't help. I mean, she has her own way. That still sounds kind of patronizing. I'm sorry. I can? Tifa's eyes meet mine as she nods at me subtly. You want to, don't you? Her words surprise me, but not as much as my thoughts. Because she's right. Yeah, I guess I do. Stacy stands in the hallway, leaning moodily against her locker with her cell phone in hand. What, you going home? Might as well. If I can't do something as simple as cooking well, isn't this whole thing useless? I wouldn't say useless. I mean, who hasn't put too much salt on a dish before? Ugh. Should have been more careful. I thought it'd be better if I added a bit more, but it made it so much worse. Now I wasted all the time again. I used up all of the ingredients you bought again. I don't even have the money to replace any of it. On top of that, you'd taste that monstrosity. Monstrosity? I won't go that far. I shrug, placing my hand on her shoulder. And anyway, none of us are mad about it. And you know, just because something doesn't taste like it was made by an experienced chef or whatever, doesn't mean it's not good. Remember, you're just starting out. There's bound to be some duds in there. Stacy stares at me for a moment before looking away. I guess so. How about this? Why don't you try again? And humiliate myself a third time? I don't think so. I shrug. Well, it's your choice. I'm kind of surprised, though. Stacy stares at me suspiciously. I mean, I've heard so much about you, specifically that in addition to being cool and poppy, you never back down from a challenge. I grin at her teasingly. Is that all just rumor after all? Not even slightly. That worked? But, Stacy paused for a moment, letting out a sigh. I will begrudgingly admit that I don't feel so hot right now. You have no idea how nice it would feel to be able to... You have no idea how nice it would be to feel like I'm doing something right for once. Well, Stacy, sometimes you have to learn. That's the whole thing. Not everyone is going to take to everything, right off the bat. And some people are going to do better than others. Some will do worse than others. And yeah, it's nothing wrong with being disappointed. But the problem is if you linger in that and just say, well, that's it, and throw in the towel and never try again. If you keep trying and say, what did I do wrong last time? And correct that mistake next time and try again, it might turn out better. It might actually work. And if something else goes wrong, well, just fix that. Just that's how you learn. Yeah, breaking up with Alex must have been hard for you. It wasn't... She stopped talking suddenly, shifting her gaze downward. It wasn't easy, no. Where did I go wrong? I'd probably go with trying to pay off your teacher. This isn't some elite college where you can just buy your way through, Stacy wrinkles her nose with distaste. Yeah, I totally screwed up that one, too. All the more reason to try again. Forget proving how awesome you are to other people. Maybe it's time to prove it to yourself. Is that a challenge? Definitely. She sits quietly for a moment, fiddling with her phone. Honestly, I thought these days did nothing but to make mistakes, but I'll take your challenge, Coda. Much as I feel like turning you down, I have to admit, it'd be nice to do something right for once. I'm not sure what to say for a moment, so I settle on joking. It makes you feel any better if I were your teacher, I would have accepted the money. It seems to work as Stacy elbows me lightly, grinning. I think regular old studying will have to do, unfortunately. Oh, I'm sure the rest of the club will be up for that too, if you wanted study partners. Normally I would never acknowledge that kind of request, but since it's you who's asking, I'll consider it. Since it's me who's asking? What makes me so special? Stacy looks at me as if I'm stupid. Should that be obvious? I don't respond, she rolls her eyes. Whatever. Stacy stands, letting out an annoyed sigh. Coda, it's a good thing you're cute, because you are absolutely clueless. Yeah, he is. Clueless how? But instead of replying, Stacy turns and walks away, leaving me to catch up behind her. Stacy! A few days later, I fling up in the club room, only to be greeted with Katie barreling toward me full speed ahead. Uh-oh. Well, she's tiny, so it'll be more like she just runs into you and that's it. She plunges into my arms in a panic. Coda! Please render assistance! What's going on, Katie? Stacy's bullying me, and Tifa is assisting. Shooting Katie a dubious look, I waddle into the room. Katie's still attached to my arm like a lamprey eel. Okay, but otherwise, that's adorable. Stacy and Tifa working together to bully you? Sorry, but I have a feeling that at least one fact of your story is greatly exaggerated. I mean, Tifa? Bullying? Stacy breaks on train of thought, clearing her throat loudly. Hey, I know what you're implying, and I don't appreciate it even slightly. All I'm asking is for help cleaning up the games club room. Do you know how long it's been since the sponge has touched these tables? It's filthy in here. I'm not letting a single lunch touch these tables until they're sparkling. We're not Neanderthals, Look down at Katie, gently peeling her arms from off of me. I don't know, Katie. She's sounding pretty reasonable. You bet I am. Now get over here and help me wipe them down. Most of this mess is yours anyway. But Coda... Tifa... Come on, Katie. Listen to your auntie. Yes, listen to Auntie Stacy. Listen to me. Katie grumbles the whole way over, but she does as Tifa asks, crossing the room to assist Stacy. Thanks for that. I'm not sure I can convince her like you can, since I'm pretty sure you're still the fan favorite as far as Katie is concerned. Glad to be a help. Now, if I can ask a slightly obvious question, where are these lunches from again? Apparently, Stacy made them as a tester before even the cooking session. She said she's been practicing at home. I feel a twinge of surprise. Yeah. Huh. Nice. Well, don't mind if I do. I start to cross the room to help myself when Tifa stops me looking awkward. Wait, Coda, can I talk to you for a second? Sure, what about? She gestured me over, handing me a wet wipe to disguise the fact that we're chatting in muted tones. You don't think there's something different about all this? Doesn't seem to have much of an effect until I notice the cream-colored impression left behind, complete with black smudges of her eye makeup. I don't just mean the sandwiches, Coda. In general, I mean, like... She trails off. Okay, I'll just come out and say it. Haven't you noticed that Stacy's been less flirty toward you? I pause, blink, pausing for a moment before replying slowly. Uh-oh. Well, here's the thing. I'm not sure if I'd say that. I'd say that in a lot of ways she's been less open about it, but it kind of feels like she's shifted her tactics in a sense. Maybe not intentionally. I don't know. But again, this is me just kind of... I'm kind of going on an assumption, or even although the previous conversation with Stacy would seem to correlate with that. But then again, does Coda noticing matter? Dense or... Yeah, I guess so. I don't know which would do what, but I know I'm gonna go with maybe he's not so super dense, because come on. Right? Doesn't seem strange to you? Well, no, not really. Told you before. Stacy didn't flirt with me because she liked me or anything. Remember? She's just trying to get her way. Which could be, like I said, that, I believe, I think I actually said that, you know, it could have been that she was just trying to wrap me around her finger, but at this point, it's become genuine and she's not sure what she's doing anymore. It's just another bullying tactic, so I'm pretty sure she doesn't really do it anymore because she's not a bully, plain and simple. No, not plain and simple. Are you sure she's not doing it because, well, she cares what you think now? I don't get it. That's different from what I just said, Tifa. I mean, we're friends now. People usually care about what their friends think of them. Dakota, I don't think it's so clean cut, you know? I think... Instead of continuing, Tifa trails off with a wistful glance in my direction. Uh-oh. Never mind. She pats me on the shoulder in a way I would almost call pitying if it weren't for the fact that it was Tifa, and... Well, I can't think of a reason she'd have to pity me. You clueless idiot! You have my blessing that you can always come over if you get hungry for a little more experience cooking. Is that supposed to be an innuendo? I'm just... Now come on, let's go up and out. She crosses the room to join the other two girls, leaving me puzzled. Yeah, no fucking shit. What is Tifa trying to tell me? That Stacy not flirting with me is more notable for reasons outside of the fact that she respects me more as a person and as a friend? Notable for what? Coda, don't just think you can stand around there doing nothing and get away with it. Stacy grins, waving a box of wet wipes near almost mockingly. I've got some wet wipes with your name on them right here, so don't think you're getting out of cleaning. Actually, Tifa calls from across the room. I don't think we need any help over here as far as wiping things down. Lunch isn't unpacked yet, though. Good point. Okay, Coda, change of plans. If you want to help, you come and fold these napkins instead. Napkins? As in actual doilies. Come on, Stacy, it's a school lunch. I'll have afternoon tea at the Ritz. If you want to eat like a dog, you're welcome to a bowl and a seat on the floor. Otherwise, she points to the lunch table, then goes to tie off a trash bag. You are earning your keep like the rest of us. Damn! When the club room and its table is finally clean and decorated enough to satisfy, enough to both Stacy and Tifa's liking, we all sit down to eat. Somewhat in a rush, admittedly, considering what we use for the bulk of our time. Oh, what we use the bulk of our time for. Tifa sighs contentedly. Boy, I'm stuffed. Stacy, thanks again for offering to make lunch for us. It was such a surprise, and a pleasant one at that. Stacy's cooking skill has increased 250 points in the last tasting. Stacy gains 2 levels. Normally I would have pointed out the fact that Kitty's reference was more of the RPG variety than her normal android shtick, but I'm so full of good food that I can't bother to speak up. Not much more for me to add to that. It was good. Stacy smiles triumphantly. Thank you very much. I have to admit that our kitchen staff was quite surprised to see me there again, but I insist on using the kitchen. Once I explained why, our personal chef was glad to help. I lifted an eyebrow. Is that why it was so good? Don't insult my pride. I'll have you know he was relegated to a role similar to that of KD's. Oversight. And I promise my... What's that? My hand touched every single one of these dishes and no one else's. I followed his instruction to the letter. Ignore him, Stacy. I know it. I know that's what I do. Okay, bitch. Come on. I pretend to be offended. My pretense is interrupted when the end of the lunch bell rings. Oh, time for class. Cleaning protocols activating. No need, guys. You did most of the cleaning today anyway, so I showed up late. I can do it. I'll help too. Okay, sounds good. Much gratitude for the meal, Stacy. You're welcome, Bolts. Tifa. Katie and Tifa leave us alone together to gather the disposable containers empty of their delicious contents. But the two of us, the cleanup is relatively easy, and it was Stacy wiping down the table. Alright, all done. See you, Stacy. Oh, wait. What is it? I have something for you. Pardon? She rummages in her bag for a moment before pulling out a prettily wrapped bag in pink, sparkly paper. I made these too, without help from our chef. She lets out a self-deprecating laugh. Somehow I managed to leave the mansion standing too, so that's always a plus, I think. But you know, if you burn down the house, just start over. That's one of Boris's rules. Although I think it applies pretty far all over the place. Is this dessert? Yeah, for you. I start to unwrap it, but Stacy's eyes widen, her hands frantically covering mine to stop me. You're gonna eat it now? Well, it wouldn't be dessert otherwise if I didn't eat it right after the meal. Besides, you made this me right. Can't I choose when to eat them? Stacy nods slowly, her face bright red. Slowly, she lets her hands drop from mine. As Stacy looks away, even her ears flush a color. I can't help but notice the way that she looks, and suddenly it starts to dawn on me what Tifa was trying to say earlier. Has it actually? Is it possible that Stacy could... I don't let myself finish the thought, instead opening the packaging to reach inside the small baggie. I grasp a single cookie delicately between two fingers and pull it out. As I lift it towards my mouth, Stacy's eyes drift back towards me, watching as I pop the entire cookie inside. It melts the moment it touches my tongue, dissolving into sweet, buttery goodness. Wow. She stares at me intently. Stacy, it's delicious. You really think so? I do, yeah. Thank you for making me cookies. She breaks eye contact, tucking some hair behind her ear. It's the least I could do, and I admit it was kind of a practice test. Practice? For what? I've decided to try making something for Alex and apologizing face to face. Those cookies, they're some of her favorites. That would be a really sweet gesture, pun not intended. She might not accept it, but I want to really show her that I'm sorry for screwing up. And here I thought you just made them just for me. I can't help but tease her, and Stacy flushes the cutest, brightest red in reply. No, I didn't mean it like... No, I get it. My feelings just a little hurt, that's all. Stacy stares into my eyes worriedly to see if I'm serious. The moment she realizes I'm joking, though... Hey, don't tease me. I'm pouring my heart out to you, you know. Sorry, you just look so cute I couldn't help it. Whatever. See if I make you anything ever again. This conversation is totally finished. She crosses her arms, pouting, but I give her a light, gentle nudge. Sorry, I'll be serious this time, I promise. What were you saying? Stacy looks at me sulkily for a moment before continuing slowly. I wanted to make Alex something even though I don't know if that's the adult thing to do or whatever. It just feels right. Stacy looks down at her hands briefly before meeting my eyes. And you know, I didn't mention it earlier, but lately the house staff has been complimenting me. They've been saying that I'm a lot more considerate than before. I don't know how I must have been treating them for them to notice, but I do know that if they think I'm a better person, that is because of you guys. No. It's because of you, Stacy. All that your friends have done is given you some direction. A little bit of a push, a helping hand, but you have to do the actual legwork in any kind of real self-change. I I wanted to thank you especially because you were the one that made me realize that Daddy getting mad at me was my fault, even if I couldn't admit it back then. You saying that made me so mad that even after you said I should prove Daddy wrong, I felt like I really wanted to prove wrong was you. Because I didn't want you to view me as some immature kid with a credit card. Letting out a laugh, Stacy grins at me. If I'm honest, having real friends who want me to be better, who don't hate me when I get upset and are willing to work out our problems if I offend them, I wouldn't have that with other games clubs, so thanks for letting me in. I don't know what to say for a second. Oh. Wow. Yeah, that sounds about what my usual response is because I'm bad in these kinds of situations. My brain just freezes up like, okay, what's the right thing to say? And what's the wrong thing to say? And how do I tell which is what? Stacy, I think you're giving us far too much credit. Giving me far too much credit. I mean, you're the one who set all this in motion. If not for that, then us wanting to help would be a waste if you weren't willing to make the changes yourself, right? Yeah, that. More or less this, yes. Just maybe a little rewarding to get the point across a bit better for her sake, but yeah. Sure, I guess. I have changed, and I was hoping that I could change something else between us. What do you mean? I'll just say it. Stacy takes a quick, deep breath. Koda, would you like to go out together on Sunday night? I was thinking I could grab some to eat with you. Something proper, made by real professionals and not at all by me. Alone. I nod, solely in agreement. The request is a surprise, but not as much as I thought it would be. You know? I like that. Are you sure? Because, you know, we can do something else if you'd like. I tried to laugh at her switch between confidence and uncertainty. No, dinner sounds like it'd be fun. Okay, good. My driver and I will pick you up at 6:30, okay? 6:30. Got it. Stacy leans forward and presses a warm, quick kiss onto my cheek. I'm looking forward to it, too. She quickly leaves the room, leaving me behind with her gift cupped in my hands. I pop into the cookie into my mouth just in time to hear the late bell ring. Heading toward the door, I mutter under my breath, Koda, you are one lucky guy. It almost reminds me of, like, romancing Teresa in Kingdom Come Deliverance. When she finally kisses Henry and he just left out there standing, just kind of scratches his head and goes, oh. Yeah, okay, in any case, that was, I like that. That was good. This is fun. Sweet. Oh, it's so cute. Okay, so I'm going to end the episode here. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you next time when... looks like Koda and Stacy are going on their date. Hopefully it doesn't go wrong. Please, God.